Hollywood's golden age gifted the world with legends whose performances defined glamour, power, and emotion. Yet behind the perfect lighting and charm of those silver screen icons existed a habit so common and yet so destructive that it shaped, and often ended, their lives: cigarettes. These stars didn't simply smoke. They chain-smoked relentlessly, making cigarettes part of their identity, their on-screen allure, and ultimately, their downfall. Smoking wasn't merely a vice in old Hollywood. It was part of the image, the slow exhale, the flick of ash, the thoughtful drag before a devastating line. The same habit that amplified their charisma would one day exact a tragic price. From the Golden Girl to the leading man, these are the stories of 15 chain-smoking titans of the silver screen. No one embodied cigarette sophistication more than Bette Davis, the ultimate smoking actress. Davis transformed smoking into an art, integrating it so deeply into her acting that cigarettes became her co-stars. Known for consuming between 100 and 150 cigarettes daily, up to 12 packs, she wielded cigarettes like props in a perfectly choreographed performance. Her smoking wasn't a distraction, but a language. She used every drag, exhale, and flick of ash to convey emotion, to punctuate lines, and to give depth to her characters. And now, Voyager, her transformation from shy woman to confident beauty, was symbolized through her evolving relationship with cigarettes. Even as the habit wrecked her health, leaving her with a rasping voice and nicotine-stained fingers, she refused to give it up. When she passed away in 1989 at 81, it was almost unbelievable that someone who smoked that much had lived so long, perhaps, as some joked, preserved by nicotine. Then came Humphrey Bogart, the very definition of cool. No actor made smoking look as effortlessly masculine and magnetic. With a cigarette dangling from his lips, Bogart created an aura of rugged charm and fatalistic grace. He smoked 4 to 5 packs daily, and directors had to schedule around his constant smoking. In films like Casablanca and The Big Sleep, cigarettes were practically supporting characters, as integral as his trench coat or fedora. Tragically, his lifelong habit led to esophageal cancer, which claimed his life in 1957 at only 57 years old. Bogart's influence was so powerful that men around the world picked up smoking just to emulate his look, a legacy that, sadly, spread more than just style. Clark Gable, the king of Hollywood, was another whose addiction defined and destroyed him. Smoking at least 3 packs a day, sometimes more, Gable was rarely seen without a cigarette between takes. By his 50s, years of smoking had eroded his health, leaving him short of breath and prone to coughing fits. Despite suffering a heart attack in 1954, Gable couldn't quit. During the filming of The Misfits in 1960, he continued chain-smoking even through exhausting scenes. Just 2 days after filming Wrapped, he suffered another heart attack and died soon after at 59. Doctors later confirmed that smoking had played a major role. His death became one of Hollywood's great tragedies. The king of Hollywood brought down by the smoke that once framed his face in glamour. Lucille Ball, beloved as the wholesome queen of I Love Lucy, hid a secret habit. Though her on-screen image was family-friendly, off-screen she was one of Hollywood's heaviest smokers, going through up to 4 packs daily. Ironically, despite her show sponsorship by a cigarette brand, she wasn't allowed to smoke on camera, so she doubled up off-screen. Co-star Vivian Vance recalled how Lucy transformed the moment the cameras stopped, from bubbly comedian to raspy-voiced chain smoker. Her skin aged prematurely, her voice grew hoarse, and her health declined from chronic bronchitis and respiratory issues. She never truly quit, and though she died of an aortic aneurysm in 1989, doctors agreed that years of smoking had worsened her condition. John Wayne, the invincible Duke of American cinema, conquered enemies on screen but fell to cigarettes in real life. Smoking 5 or more packs a day, Wayne's addiction was inseparable from his cowboy image. Endorsing Camel cigarettes in the 1950s, he lent his rugged charm to tobacco ads, only to later become one of the first stars to publicly acknowledge cigarettes had caused his lung cancer. After losing a lung and part of his ribs in surgery, he continued to smoke, proving how deep the addiction ran. When he died in 1979, his courage remained unquestioned, but his story became one of Hollywood's clearest warnings about the price of invincibility. Spencer Tracy, known for his natural, thoughtful acting, also had a cigarette for every idea. Smoking 2 to 3 packs a day, Tracy turned cigarettes into a thinking tool. Directors noted that he lit one every time he needed to focus, using the smoke as part of his creative rhythm. But decades of chain smoking, combined with heavy drinking, left him battling chronic bronchitis and heart disease. His declining health was painfully visible in his final film, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? 17 days after finishing it, he died of a heart attack, his body finally overwhelmed by the damage he'd ignored for decades. Greta Garbo, the mysterious star who longed to be alone, found constant company in her cigarettes. Privately, she was one of Hollywood's most devoted smokers, consuming several packs daily. While she refused to be photographed smoking, maintaining her ethereal, untouchable image, those who knew her said she never stopped. After retiring from film at 35, she lived in near seclusion in New York, where her smoking intensified. By old age, she suffered respiratory problems, yet lived to 84, a long, smoky solitude befitting her enigmatic life. Rita Hayworth, the ultimate love goddess, also had an enduring love affair with cigarettes. Smoking 2 to 3 packs daily, she used cigarettes to soothe her nerves through 5 failed marriages and a turbulent career. The habit aged her prematurely, giving her once glowing complexion a tired look. As Alzheimer's disease consumed her later years, smoking remained one of the few things she still remembered how to do. Her addiction, like her beauty, became part of her legend, glamorous, tragic, and heartbreakingly human. James Dean's cigarette defined youthful rebellion. Every photo of him, the tilted head, the cigarette dangling from his lips, became an eternal symbol of cool. Smoking a pack a day, Dean used cigarettes as emotional props, a shield for his vulnerability. He died in a car crash at 24, forever preserving that image of defiant youth. His cigarettes, like his life, were frozen in time, never aging, never showing the damage they might have caused had he lived. Lauren Bacall's sultry voice was literally built by cigarettes. Director Howard Hawks told the 19-year-old actress to deepen her voice for to have and have not, and she did so by smoking heavily, even sitting in her car with the windows up to lower her tone. The result was that smoky, sensual voice that became her signature. Bacall continued smoking 1 to 2 packs a day throughout her long career, her voice growing raspier with time. She lived to 89, proof that even a life steeped in smoke could still last, though not without its toll. Marlene Dietrich, the glamorous German-American star, made smoking into a sensual art. She smoked 2 to 3 packs daily and understood how to use cigarettes as part of her mystique.